Good morning, Monday morning, heading now to Herzliya to meet one of the coolest companies in the drone space, Edgybees. Meeting with the CTO, Menashe, to talk about the tech there. Been following the company for a couple of years. Pretty cool company on all levels. More to follow on that. And then heading back to Tel Aviv to meet Liat from Microsoft. A couple other meetings throughout the day. It's going to be a great day. Here we go. Made it to Herzliya. I've not been here in a very long time. It is blazing hot. Going to Edgybees now, a company that operates in the drone space, which is, by the way, a space in Israel that's heating up big time. There are at least 10 to 15 super hot drone companies in this country. Anyway, Adam Kaplan's the CEO of Edgybees, good friend. It's fair to say that they combine drone technology and AR technology to, help first responders and many other use cases use drones and utilize their technology to save lives in many instances. They work with militaries and governments. It's cool stuff. So I'm meeting Menashe, the CTO of the company. Hopefully get to, well, I don't know if we'll be able to fly. We're in Herzliya. It's very populated here, but at least we'll get to see some pretty cool tech. And I already warned him to put on makeup because I'll be interviewing him. So that should be pretty geeky. Pumped to meet him. It's not so new anymore, but the parrot, Anafi, what's the name? That's a tiny freaking drone, flies out. What's the distance on this thing? Probably 3 miles, if not more. 4K or 1080p?
1080p.
1080. So that's why it's not DJI, but apparently this has a thermal camera, which is see at night. And what else does it have?
Indoor.
Indoor. All right, it's good indoor capabilities. Awesome. So I'm sitting here at Edgybees HQ. We're going to talk about that name in a second. But before that, make sure my mic is in. My mic is indeed in. I've been following this company. When was the company founded?
Early 2017.
Okay, so I've been following it since early 2017 because, number one, how many companies do you know called Edgybees? More importantly though, this company, led by this man on the technical side, is building the craziest technology ever. So just a little background before we talk about you. It started off as a consumer game.
Yeah.
Okay, an AR game for drones. Why is that interesting? Because I, as a drone operator that has a museum of drones at home, have nothing to do with them. Basically, I take off, I fly, I come back great. I mean, I can take cool footage, don't get me wrong, I love drones, but there's only so much you can do with a drone, that's the truth. And that might be, I'm skipping to the end, the reason that the drone space hasn't really taken off. Sorry for the corny pun. But the reality is consumer drones haven't taken off. DJI dominates the market, there's not much going on. That aside, you then transition, realize consumers, forget consumers, we're gonna do something way bigger, way more significant, way more meaningful. And so you built true AR, real-time AR, started off with drones and now it's expanding. And there are just endless use cases from fire departments and military and so many others. I'm gonna let you talk a little bit, but right now what you're building is a full platform for geolocation, and I'm trying to say this with as few geeky words as I can. To me, if I'm gonna simplify it, I know I'm talking a lot, I want you to talk in a second, but I'm gonna try to simplify this. To me, the hottest trend in tech right now are the companies that are bridging real life and digital life. Look at, for example, Magic Leap, right? The fact that I can take something physical and hit something virtual and it reacts is just mind-bending. And so what you guys are doing is you're taking video from a drone or otherwise and adding an augmented reality layer on top of it so I could see down to the pixel what I'm looking at, and it contextualizes the video and tells me what is in this video. If I have a video that's facing a street, what street am I looking at? What is that geolocation? Give me the geolocation down to literally to the pixel, and you do that both in real time and after, which is just bananas to understand. And the brains behind this entire operation is this good-looking guy, Menashe, next to me. What's your last name, first of all?
Haskin.
Okay. Before we talk about what you do here, give me a little bit of background, what you're allowed to talk about, because you have the craziest background. What did you do before?
The last thing I did before we started Edgybees, I worked for Amazon. I led the Amazon Primary Delivery Drone Development Office here in Herzliya.
So I wasn't sure if I was allowed to say that. Let me just clarify that to you. We've all heard about Amazon one day delivering packages via drones. That's being developed in Israel. The man who led that is this good-looking guy. That's crazy.
Well,
So that's kind of crazy.
yeah, thank you. It's not the whole office. There's some operation being done in the US and elsewhere, but it's a great endeavor by Amazon.
Is it going to happen?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
we're actually going to get drones coming to our doorstep and dropping off packages.
In some places around the world, it's a reality already.
That's incredible. Okay, so that was before. You were there for how long at Amazon?
I've been at Amazon for 4 years and change. I started with the Amazon Fire TV. I led the development of the Amazon Fire TV platform, the set-top box. And later, when I returned to Israel, I started this office.
Is that still a thing, by the way? Amazon Fire TVs?
Oh yeah, it's selling very well.
Okay, cool. I didn't even think of that. All right, fine. So you Amazon 4.5 years, and you came Edgybees. All right, let me try. And remember, like I like to say, I like to be the dumbest one around the table. So in this case, we're good. I need you to try to explain to me what you're building in this company in my language. Try.
Okay, so you described earlier how there's a fire or a police incident or some other incident, and nowadays drones give you new perspectives. So very often they go out there and they put drone in the air.
Right.
And immediately the problem starts because the perspective is very different. The point of view is very different from what people are used to seeing. You fly the drone, you don't pay attention for a few seconds, you're lost. You lost your orientation, you're not sure what you're looking at, and now time is of the essence. So you don't have really time to open a map and start correlating back and forth and trying fusing all this in your brain. What Edgybees does is we put all the contextual information directly over the video, very accurately, in real time. So now you only need to look at the video and you immediately understand, oh, this is Main Street. This is house number 134 where the distress call came from.
Right.
This is Officer Jones that is now walking towards the door. This is now I can mark directly over the video. This is the path that the fugitive has taken that we need to follow them.
Okay, so let me just try to dumb it down a little bit more, because I think that's clear. But I remember a long time ago, maybe a few years ago, maybe Adam showed me. Adam's the CEO who was in this room a minute and a half ago, but he had to run. Adam showed me a video. I think it was the U.S. military or whatever. It was the military where the pilots are talking to each other. They're flying over something and they had to basically detonate a building for whatever reason. There was a terrorist in the building. They detonated the building, and you hear one pilot say to the other pilot, "Okay, go, like you fire." And he's like, "Which building?" He's like, "The building on your right." He's like, "You mean the second building?" No, the third. Like, really, that's the best we can do? Like, there's no accurate way to show, So here, imagine a drone flying, and as a drone operator, I see in real time a full-blown augmented reality map on the screen exactly where the drone is flying. So if it's flying, it's 4th Street, it's 5th Street, and it shows me in real time, what is this location? What am I looking at? And imagine, again, as a consumer, I'm watching someone, I'm watching a video. Where is this taking place? What is the context here? There's no context. And so you guys add that. You add a whole new contextual layer to video.
Exactly.
Okay, so there are, oftentimes when I meet with tech companies, there's always sensitive things they can't talk about. In this case, 90% of the things that this company's doing are sensitive and can't be talked about. But what can you tell me about the focus of the company, or some of the things that you've done, some of the deals that you've signed? What can you tell me? Not much, I know.
Yeah. Let's talk. Let's start with the technical stuff.
Okay.
And I'll try to be not too technical, even though I probably will. So we started by just putting information over the video, but we very quickly realized that people are looking for the accuracy, because being able to say, yes, this is Main Street, and you see a line going somewhere in the middle between two streets, it's nice, and it gives you the first level of approximation, but it's not really, I need to know
exactly
the specific tree that for some reason I'm looking for.
Right.
So we now invest huge amount of efforts in improving the accuracy, and we need to do it all in real time.
Right.
And we are able to achieve accuracies of 1 meter and below, which is mind-boggling. I think the aircraft is flying at 3 kilometers, and we are still able to pinpoint it down to the 1 meter level.
You got a plane in the air at 30,000 feet, and you're now giving this pilot or this operator, if it's a drone, whatever it may be, accuracy down to 1 meter of what's under them.
Yes.
It's insane.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And in real time.
Okay. And one of the use cases that you mentioned to me, again, without getting into too much information, is these security cameras, right? So there's a security camera, whatever, in New York City, and there's a robbery. Like, the police are looking at the security footage, like, they have 30 seconds to determine exactly where, in 30 seconds it's over. The robbers are gone, right? So you pinpoint You said also, like, the way some of these guys operate these cameras is they literally zoom in to look at the street name because they don't know where it is.
Yeah.
And so you give them exactly that information.
You know, we're expecting a hurricane to hit Florida in a couple of days. With the previous hurricanes 2 years ago, they actually went in Zodiacs to rescue people, and people went in wetsuits to read the street signs underwater.
So absurd.
Because they couldn't orient themselves when they are. With our technology, it's like, there it is, yes, it's very clear, and this is the way it should be. Right. So we started with drones and other aircrafts, helicopters and whatnot, but then we realized that technology is just as applicable and just as important for CCTV cameras, for smart cities, because you have now a CCTV camera looking at the street. You want to understand what's going on, you want to understand it in real time, because just as you described earlier, real time matters.
Right.
Information has expiry date. If I don't act on the information within 30 seconds, it's worthless. So we now expanded the technology to handle this, and because it's the same technology and it's the same database, we are now able to share information between the airborne camera and the street camera. So we send out a drone, we find something of interest, we mark it, the CCTV operator immediately sees it on the video.
Incredible. I mean, listen, again, just for the sake of people watching it may not understand all the technical things we're saying, just think of a firefighter, right? You have a big, massive building, 80 floors, and there's a fire on floor 79. Like, okay, I mean, it's inaccessible to human beings. Like a drone can literally fly and give you all the information of the source of the fire, the intensity of the fire in real time using Edgybees technology.
Yeah.
Just one example among so many others. Again, many things can't talk about, but is it fair to say, and you tell me if I'm allowed to say this or not, I can edit it out afterwards, the biggest and most significant names in the first responders world and in the military world, governments, etc., are all very interested in Edgybees technology.
Yes.
Is that okay to say?
Ask Adam.
We'll have to ask Adam. But I mean, literally, I sat here listening to some of the names that are interested in this company. It's completely bananas. Okay, so you said you launched when? 2017?
Edgybees has been around since January 2017.
All right. 2 words on the name Edgybees, just because I promised.
Well, as we talked earlier, Edgybees is a weird name. It comes because we selected it because we started in the games arena, and over there you need a hip name. Like we work with companies with names like Slingshot or Sidekick, so we needed something hip.
Right.
But then later, when we started working with more enterprise, we realized that it's not such a bad name, even though it's out of the ordinary, because some people like it, some people get annoyed, nobody forgets.
There you go. Everybody remembers the name Edgybees because there's not many companies in this, space. And I don't even want to define the space because you really are, pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Agnostic. Right?
Yeah.
You guys are across many spaces, but, companies at this caliber with a name like Edgybees. So it definitely sticks, and you don't forget it. In any case, listen, amazing things to come very soon. You're going to be hearing, I wrote about Edgybees several times, but you're going to be hearing a lot of news about this company very soon. Obviously, it's incredible stuff. I said it to you before, but I'll say it again. I'm going to send you some CVs. You're hiring nonstop. Technical people, product people. What else are you hiring?
Everybody. Talented people are always hard to come by, right. And we always hire them.
What's the best way to apply for a job?
Send us your resume at jobs@edgybees.com or find me directly on LinkedIn, Menashe Haskin in English, H-A-S, and we'll be in touch. We're doing great things. We're very, very excited. We're moving very fast. It's not for the faint of heart.
Right. Well, it's a startup, but it's startup in flight mode.
Yeah.
But anyway, listen, man, it's incredible stuff. I'm a big fan. Shouldn't have taken us this long to actually sit. I've sat with Adam like 10 times already. Is that Adam walking in back in? Is that him? Oh, Adam's about to come in and say hello. But listen, keep doing what you're doing. Come in, come say hi, I'm plugging you nonstop. Come on the camera and say hi. Pop in and say hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Thank you. All right, I know you gotta go. We're gonna end this. Thank you so much for your time, man. Anything I can do to help you, let me know. Adam, anything I do to let me know. Thanks, guys. Meeting with Liat from Microsoft. Mythos was delicious. More to follow on that front. But for now, getting ready for a family event in Jerusalem tonight, and tomorrow is going to be jam-packed. See you then.